Hey, hello, I'm JulieJo. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I am so glad that you're here. If you're not new, welcome back. I have a night shift tonight for 12 hours, and I had one last night, so I'm a bit tired, and I just didn't want to put makeup on or do my hair or anything, so enjoy the view. I thought today might be a fun day to learn the new 2023 top network marketing tips or trainings or whatever you want to call it from one of the top coaches, Fraser Brooks. He put out a video called Top Network Marketing Training 2023. Let's hear what they're doing now to try to get people to join their scam. I hope we learned something new today. I don't have a lot of faith that we will, but listen, we are students today, everybody, and Fraser Brooks is our coach. So I want you to put yourself in the mindset of an MLM hunt boss babe. I know it's hard, and let's see what we can learn from Mr. Fraser Brooks. Let's get started.
It's the night that we're gonna fall in love. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about your soft skin. Cause we're still sleeping in my head. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about your soft skin. Cause we're still sleeping in my head.
I would love to hear your commentary as we go watching this video. I have a feeling y'all are gonna have a lot to say. In MLM trainings, they say some good things sometimes, but the motive is what the issue is. So maybe he'll say something really great and we're like, yeah, that's great, in a different setting. Oh, and before we start, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate that. And like the video if you enjoy it. You can also hit the bell button if you want to get notified when I post a video or when I go live. I haven't recently, but I will when I make the move to Minnesota. By the way, did you know I was moving to Minnesota? By the time you see this, I'll already be there. Let's watch Fraser Brooks.
Hey legend, Fraser Brooks here, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about what you should be focusing on to build your network marketing business in 2023 and beyond.
And beyond. Okay, 2023 and beyond.
Alright, so 2023 is almost upon us. In fact, when we're posting this video, it might already be 2023. But there are 5 things that I've kind of established that you really need to be focusing on, especially to build your network marketing business. And these aren't just like the normal things that you hear all the time. Some of them are. But there's a reason behind every single thing.
So he said, these aren't just your normal things you hear all the time. Some of them are, but these aren't just the normal things you hear all the time. So which is it? JulieJo, you're the student today. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
So here we go. Now, I just got to admit, we've kind of got rid of the flip chart. We've got a new whiteboard thing, and I might freak out when I write on it. It might feel or look or sound weird, but it's epic, and one day you'll be able to, oh, look at that. So number one, it's amazing. Number one is you really need to be focused on building your personal brand. This is a new board, it's a brand new board. It's amazing. All right, so you got to really be focused on building your personal brand.
Wait, was this for 2023 or is this for like 2016? Did he put in the wrong year? I feel like I've heard that a lot. Okay, so I guess this is the part where he's like, some of them are not new. So this has to be a not new one, right? So let's see which ones are not new, I guess.
In 2023, I feel like a wizard with a wand here. You're a wizard, Harry. So you got to be focused on building your personal brand in 2023. I know people talk about it all the time, but this is going to be the key for you to really stand out. A lot of people in network marketing will slow down or quit because when the recession hits, this is the mindset that they have. They have this mindset of...
You mean a mindset that they need to make more money because they're in a recession and MLM won't make you more money like that for at least the majority of people? I am so sorry. Like I said, I'm tired. I forgot what I was saying.
Oh, well, people can't afford it, or it's insensitive to kind of bring up building a business or selling a product when people can't afford to pay their rent or their bills or put food on the table.
I know he's saying sarcastically, but like, yeah. I mean, when it comes to an MLM business where facts show that the majority of people won't make money, yeah, that is pretty insensitive because what you're doing is just trying to make money for yourself off them, whether they make it or not.
Here's the thing. Whatever you believe to be true is true. You look in the mirror and you think, oh, I'm fat. You are. You look outside and you say, oh, the weather sucks today. It does.
Those are actually very not true. Plenty of people have body dysmorphia. They could look into a mirror and think that they are fat when they are not. Also, you can say that the weather sucks, but that's subjective because I think the weather sucks when it's 100 degrees outside and sunny, and some people think the weather sucks when it's 40 degrees outside and a little snowy, and that's what I love. So, not necessarily. I'm not picking up what he's putting down. I am not smelling what he's stepping in.
You walk outside, oh, I'm freezing. Yeah, you are. Whatever you believe to be true is true. So when you build a personal brand, especially in 2023, when it'll...
Okay, whatever I believe to be true is true. I believe that I have $1 million in my bank account. Let me check really quick. Well, Fraser, you're wrong. Why didn't that happen?
Get a little bit quieter because people will take a step back from building their business. That's when you can double down and you can start to capture their audience. So building a personal brand, super, super important. Now, after building a personal brand, one thing that most people don't do...
Okay, so number 2 is one thing that most people don't do. We're going to see what he says. So he says this is one thing that most people don't do. Okay.
Is they just think, oh, personal brand, I want to get more followers on Facebook. I want to get more followers on Instagram. I want to get more followers on TikTok. I want to get more subscribers on YouTube. We do too, so just take the moment to hit the thumbs up and smash that subscribe. We'd appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for here too. Thanks, Fraser, for the reminder.
Right? Number 2 is it's actually more important to build a list instead of just building followers. So instead of just like, oh, I've got 100,000 followers, you're better having 10 people on an email list than 100,000 followers.
Are you talking about the 100-person list that people have been making for years in MLM? First off, email lists, those have been around for several years. What do you mean most people don't do that? I did that in 2019. I know people who've been doing it for a decade. Fraser, what are you doing? Is this all you brought to the table? Students, are we learning anything new? Are we learning anything helpful? Let me know below.
Right? Now, maybe that is a bad example. You're probably better having 1,000 people on an email list than 100,000 followers. Why? What happens if you put all your eggs into the Instagram basket and you get shadow banned, or you get hacked, or you get blocked, or your Instagram account decides to vanish, or Instagram decides that it's just going to close half the accounts? It's going to do the Thanos click. Half accounts are gone. How would you feel? Not so great. I know you won't feel great. So there are kind of 3 levels. I'm going to change color. Oh, I think I've changed color. Yeah, there we go. All right, so there are 3 levels, right? Level 1 is just basically writing it on a piece of paper, right? So you got a list of people on paper. Now, no, I know I'm not writing on paper. I'm writing on a screen. Right, so you got a list of people on paper, Google Sheet, Microsoft.
So you're telling me that a top training in 2023 includes you writing names on a piece of paper? Okay, Fraser.
Excel, whatever it might be, their name, their phone number, their email address. So this would be involving you having conversations and saying something along the lines of, I would love to be able to send you a message on WhatsApp with some extra information. What's your number? So I can send you it there. This is crazy, but there is a big difference between asking someone's WhatsApp number and their phone number. It's exactly the same thing, but people feel safe on WhatsApp. They don't feel safe when they give their number to a stranger. All right, so level number 1 is just putting it on paper or screen. Level number 2 is then building the email list, right? When you can get a little bit more advanced and you can use websites or softwares like Aweber or Infusionsoft or ClickFunnels. These different...
You're telling me that building an email list is a part of your top network marketing training for 2023. Building an email list is great, but it's not your top training tip for 2023. What to focus on? This is what you're giving us?
Things. You'll have to pay a small fee to begin with, and it'll get bigger as the list gets bigger, where people can click on a link, they can enter their name, their email, press submit, they get some further information or maybe an opportunity video, and then you capture their email address so that you can market to those people, right? You generate the lead, you nurture them, and you move on. The 3rd level, so this is level 1, this is level 2. Level 3 is, I absolutely love this software, but level 3 is ManyChat. Now, ManyChat, although you could say that email is more powerful and email should probably be level 3, ManyChat's just the new way that people are doing things. It's a way that people can message you and they can be added into an automation software, an automation system where you can kind of go, okay, hey, Bob, I've got something that I think you would love. Click the link below to find out more. And it goes to everyone who's opted in.
Is it like a funnel? The chat bot. I don't know, maybe that's something new. Good job, Fraser. I have no idea what ManyChat is. I don't know if it's good. Hopefully, maybe one of y'all know and can let us know down below more about it. Is it a good 2023 tip?
On Facebook and Instagram. It's crazy. It's wild. And the open rates are insane. The open rates are 20 to 30%, whereas email, you're lucky if you get 2%. Okay? Okay, so here we go. So when you build your personal brand and you start building a list, third thing you need to focus on in your network marketing business is, surprise, surprise, recruiting.
Ava, can you play it back to where he said, these aren't the normal things you hear all the time?
And these aren't just like the normal things that you hear all the time. Some of them are.
I'm hearing the normal things I hear all the time. I know he says that some are afterwards, but I'm pretty sure there's only 4 tips, or 3 for 5. So, most are. He played us, y'all. He played us.
Now, why is this important in 2023? As I mentioned before, the recession's hit. And here's the thing, guys. When recessions hit, there is a certain window that we like to call the golden window. We just kind of made that up right now.
Okay, the golden window, where you can prey on people who are in a very vulnerable position so that you can make more money. Because if you're trying to play this off as a good opportunity for people during a recession, you're freaking lying. It's not. The majority of people don't make money, and many people lose money. Let me know down below. Did you actually profit in your MLM? Did you lose money? How much did you lose if you're open to telling us? Did you break even? I think the majority of people are going to let us know that they didn't profit. And for those who profited, how much was it? Because I profited maybe a few $1,000s as someone who was qualified for the top 2% of the company. And most of that went to taxes, so...
What we call the golden window from when the session begins to when the recession ends. Right? When the recession begins and when the recession ends, that's the golden window. Why? There's 2 reasons why people join network marketing. It's either through desperation or inspiration. Right? It's either through desperation or inspiration.
The majority is desperation. Another D, by the way, is you deceiving them into joining because they're desperate. I also want to ask, you can add it to your comment you already made or a new one. Were you in a vulnerable position when you were asked to join an MLM? What were some of the deceptive tactics they used on you? For me, I had no money. I was a newlywed and I wanted to lose some weight. Vulnerable all around.
Now, desperation means I'm desperate. I need to join the business. I'm desperate. I need to make more money. I'm desperate. I need your help. Inspiration is, oh my days, Mary is absolutely crushing this. I could probably learn from her. Maybe I'll join.
I have a feeling the majority of people don't join for inspiration.
But here's the thing. Most people join through desperation and then become an inspiration. Most people...
At least he said it. At least you said it.
Most people join through desperation, then find an inspirational story, which allows them to then help other people who are going through desperation. This is so important, and more people are going to go through desperation in the recession than without it. So whilst a lot of people are like, right, I'm going to build a brand and I'm going to sell products. Build a brand, sell products. That's so easy to do on social media. Building a brand, building a list and recruiting is a little bit harder, but 3, 4, 5 years from now, you will have more leverage than anyone.
Yeah, you'll be making more money because the majority of your money, your income, if it's quote unquote large for an MLM, which isn't that big, is from your downline. Ask yourself this. What would happen if you took Tony Van Schoik, the top person in money? What would happen if you took her downline away? How much would she be making? Would she be in the $10 million club? I don't think so. Same goes with Cecilia Stoll and Arbonne. You think she'd be a millionaire? A multi-millionaire if you took her entire downline away? No, she wouldn't. At least not from multi-level marketing. It's a very simple concept. Without the downline, they have nothing really. They're not making much of an income. I have a video coming about the FTC. I've been just super inspired lately, so that's why I keep saying I have a video coming about this and this and this. It's because I've just got several video ideas, but they are failing us, and it's bad.
Who's just building a business, selling to customers. All right, so recruiting in 2023 is going to be super important. Number 4, something that the majority of people are not doing. Focusing on launching.
That's a joke, right? Launching your business. If you've been in an MLM, you're sitting there rolling your eyes, probably giggling a little bit at how freaking ridiculous this is. Focus on launching. That's like the next step when you join an MLM. Getting with your upline or your upline's upline and launching your business on like a Zoom call or something, or at a home party. Fraser, you better tell us some good shit. You better bring something to the table with this launching thing. You better bring something new because this is decades old, my guy.
I know a lot of people think like, oh, you know, you got to recruit and then you got to duplicate and you're struggling with duplication. The reason you're struggling with duplication is because you struggle with identification, which is because you're struggling with launching. So, we recently did a retreat in Marbella. For those of you watching who came to Marbella, shout out to you guys. I appreciate you guys. I miss you guys. One of the things we did an exercise on leadership where I shared like the 10 leadership commandments that all began with the letter C actually. And then I got them, we talked about them, and then I got them to tick the boxes that they feel that they have. And then I walked around them whilst they were doing it and asked them, what aren't you doing? And almost everyone, I would say 90% of them, weren't giving assignments, meaning you've just joined. What's an assignment that I can give you to help you launch? Assignment 1, write your list. Assignment 2, post about that you've got something excited that you're going to be launching on Thursday.
This is your 2023 training. It just gets worse. Honestly, I'm so shocked. It just literally gets worse and worse as we go.
Number 3, go live. Oh, I don't want to go live. Okay, shall I come live with you for your first time? Yes. So what assignments are you giving to help people to launch? What assignments are you giving to encourage people and help people to launch? Because when people launch, they're most likely going to get their first win. And when they get their first win, happy days, success. Sorry, Alakazam. It's not Alakazam, it's Expelliarmus. Or Lingardia Leviosa. That's not the right thing, but there we go. Leviosa. All right, and the last thing here. And this seems pretty obvious, pretty basic, pretty simple.
I will say I don't hate watching him teach. I think he's kind of funny. I think he's easy to listen to for the most part. But damn, this is the most basic shit I've heard in a long time in his training. And honestly, I thought Fraser would bring more to the table. If you don't know, the majority of the stuff that I react to, I have not seen before. Unless I intentionally felt like I needed to watch it because I wanted to make certain points, or if I had to redo the video, which happened recently. And it's simply because my video wasn't capturing it. I didn't press the record button. Well, I thought I did. But anyway, I don't think he's terrible to listen to, but my God, I can't wait to hear number 5.
Paul, but it's super important. I'll explain it in a minute. And that is promoting it. How did you know, Jimmy? That's promoting events. Jimmy's in the background. It's promoting events because he's looking at my notes, right?
Promoting events, like your events where you make money? Like promoting Fraser Brooks events? JulieJo, before you jump on that train, let's hear it.
All right, and yes, I still use notes for those of you who are wondering. Obviously, that's why when I look there, I'm looking at my notes. Okay, so promoting events, super important, super powerful, and you've got to be doing it. Why? In my opinion, although COVID has accelerated a lot of people's businesses, it's actually created what I believe is going to be one of the biggest killers to network marketing. And that is that people aren't promoting in-person events. Oh, you don't need to come. We'll do a recap webinar next month. Oh, I know it's 4 hours away from your house. Stay with the kids. We'll recap you. We'll fill you in when it's finished. Oh, I know you could watch it on stream from home instead of spending $200, $300, $400 to come to the in-person event. I know.
You're spending less time in an echo chamber. You're spending less time building relationships of people who are taking advantage of you because you're not in person. Yeah, it's going to be a lot harder for people to stay if you're not meeting in person. And we love that. We don't want them to do events in person because then you're really you're physically, emotionally, mentally there. Right? You can't just sit at home and look off to your left and see your kid playing or see your dog playing with your husband. You aren't completely there necessarily in training calls. You're there, but you're not physically there, which is a huge aspect when it comes to cults, especially commercial cults, like multi-level marketing companies. Physically, emotionally, and mentally being there is one of the biggest ways that you're going to stay in. Hugging, being around, laughing with, building these kinds of relationships that are all transactional. So yeah, he's right.
But here's the thing. When you promote events and you get people to come to the event, every time they go to an event, they're going to get one piece of the 100-piece jigsaw puzzle. Now imagine this, I love doing a good old jigsaw, right? It takes me back to my granddad's days when I used to kind of go to my granddad's house and he'd always have a jigsaw puzzle on the dining room table. Now my granddad had Alzheimer's, so it was always amazing to, although his kind of memory and his all-round, awesome granddadness was deteriorating, he would always have the time to be able to crush out a jigsaw puzzle. So imagine you have a 100-piece jigsaw puzzle. It's not a big one. But every single time you go to an event, at the end, you get given a piece of the jigsaw puzzle. Now, if you have one piece, you can't see the bigger picture. 2 pieces, you still can't. If you go to 10 events, these could be small events, they could be medium-sized events, they could be huge events. Maybe the huge events, you're going to get 5 pieces. Now, when you have 10, 20 pieces, you can start to see, oh, this is a city. When you got 20, 30 pieces, oh, this is a New York City. When you got 50 pieces, oh, it's Times Square in New York City. And when you have all 100, you can tell other people what the picture is and how they can get better at filling in the jigsaw puzzle themselves.
See, I don't see it as a jigsaw puzzle. I'm going to use an example that I use for my hair. I like to use those little clear elastic bands. I do like the little poof things all the way down my head, or like I'll do a French braid and I'll put it at the end. If I put one band on, let's say that's one event, you go to one event. If I put just one band on, it's much easier to break. I put another one because the second one really holds it in tighter, and even if the first one breaks, there's a second one to keep it together. The number of bands or the number of events you've gone to, you have 10 bands on the end of your freaking French braid, that's not gonna break. And that might not be the best example. I'd love to hear your examples below. You can put it below. That's just something I thought of because that's how I had my hair done yesterday. The more events you go to, the harder it is to step away from it. The echo chamber gets bigger and harder to step out of. You get more lost in the crowd. You can't find the door.
If you don't attend events, you will not know the bigger picture. If you don't know the bigger picture, you'll quit much sooner than someone who does know the bigger picture. So, when you're promoting events, the biggest tip I can give you is don't buy one ticket. Here's why. You buy one ticket. Imagine going to watch Ed Sheeran, right? This is Ed Sheeran, right? I'm Ed Sheeran for this moment. So you're Ed Sheeran, and you're like, oh, I love that song. You turn to your right, and the person who's sat next to you is a complete stranger. Oh, okay. It's like the football. You go to a football game on your own, and your favorite player scores in the final of the Champions League or in the World Cup or whatever, and you're like, yeah, right? You buy 2 tickets. Even if you haven't got anyone to go with, by the time the game starts, by the time the event starts, you will have someone to go with because you will have made it your mission. And guess what this then feeds? This then feeds recruiting, because when you buy 2 tickets, you're going and then you're getting someone else to go with you.
Are you asking them to buy 2 tickets to your next event? Because not every time they're going to find someone. Not every time.
And then when you get that someone out, when you recruit that person, you launch that person. When you launch that person, you get them to buy an event ticket and they bring one person. Now there's 3 of you going. Now you're like, I've got 3 people. What if I get 2 more? Great.
Wow, that sounds nice and simple and easy. Is it though, Fraser? Is it really that simple and easy?
This is the whole process. So this is what's got to be the focus for 2023 and beyond. Build a brand, build a list, recruit more people, effectively launch them, take the time to get them launched, and they become a beast at promoting the next 2 or 3 events that you're aware of. You have your company events, and then you have external events. If you haven't already got your tickets to Dare to Dream here in Dubai, make sure you click the link down below in the comments.
There it is. There it is. He did all of this so he could promote his event and have you buy several tickets. Oh my God. Good job, Fraser. That's so good.
Let's go to daretodreamevent.com. Dare to Dream, all words, daretodreamevent.com. Go check it out. If it's for you, great. Come along. It's going to be amazing. If it's not for you, fair enough. But make sure you know what the next event is that you're going to be coming, that's going to be happening. In 2023, we're going to be doing Dare to Dream. We're going to be doing Content and Conversion Summit. We're going to be doing Success Summit at the end of the year as well, amongst many other things. But start to promote. You'll start to identify who's serious about the business. The people who go into the events, they're serious. The people who aren't, making excuses for not being serious.
People who aren't going to events are making excuses for not being serious. Could it be that they have a full-time job, that they have a family at home? Could it be that, since they're not making much money in the MLM? You know, one of my favorite things that MLMers do, and I mean that a little sarcastically, is when they shit on somebody for not coming to an event because a family member is like in the hospital. That will get me riled up every time. Have you experienced that? I know I've gotten several emails from several people who've told me about their experience with that. Comment below. I want to know what was your experience with missing an event and someone just like completely shitting on you for it.
All right. I appreciate you. Big love to each and every single one of you.
Okay, Fraser, bye. What just happened? I'm actually a little embarrassed that that was his top network marketing tips and things to focus on for 2023. People were doing that in 2010. I think he did all of that just simply so he could promote his event. What are your thoughts? I feel like that's kind of what happened, but I don't know. I appreciate you being here. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that like button or dislike button because the algorithm treats them both the same. And I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Show you what I'm all about. Make up for what we lost. Tonight is the night that we're gonna fall in love. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about yours.